she hit her chin super hard. She's, like, gushing blood on her chin. I pick
My
her up.
gosh.
She freaking passes out. It's so scary. But now that she's potty trained, she usually only passes out with a diaper on. They pee themselves because they just lose all control. So I'm, like,
No.
holding her, and
No.
she's just peeing all over me.
And
her
is passed out at this moment.
pass out,
You
and
have
I'm not
blood coming from the
blood
chin. She's peeing on you, and she's
everywhere,
passed out.
and I'm
You've had
screaming.
one.
Welcome to We'll
Welcome.
Sleep When We're Dead.
No sleep when we're dead. And I honestly don't think I've seen your hair straight in such a long time.
I'm having such a hair moment right now. I cannot, and not in a good way.
What are we feeling about it?
I had this overall panic because I never wear my hair straight. I feel like I've lost 2/3 of the volume of my hair because when you curl it, it gets so much more
Yeah.
volume. So I've
Yes.
actually not really ever done the whole dry brush straight curl. And I panicked and bought like 3 hair oils online that I don't think work. But I literally was like, did I lose like hair during my marathon training? So it's so funny you say that because I really want to embrace straight hair now for all you people who
It looks really nice.
but I have normally like good hair. Like you have really thick hair. I have like medium to thick hair. Like I don't have thick hair, whatever. But something about my hair right now is making me like, am I not eating enough nutrients? Like what is
Oh
happening?
my gosh, we're now back on the multivitamin trend. We need to call Dr. Sarah immediately to see what's going on. We're in perimenopause. I don't know what it is. Anything could be happening.
I'm like spiraling. So thank you. Cause yes, I never wear my hair straight. And any of the listeners out there that have actual hair growth, because I do not want to just eat another sugary vitamin. But like, that's so funny you said that because I am like, have been straight panicking. So
No, I
anyway.
really like it. And the framing looks really nice. My panic this week has been the conglomeration of gray hairs. And I don't know, similarly to you, I'm not marathon training, but I feel like I've been a bit more stressed than normal.
Yeah.
And I think my hair is like, we're going to punish you for it. And we're just going to pop out all these grays. And I don't know what to do about it because they're all like here in the front where like everyone would be able to see them.
I know. And that's when
It's
you went
troubling.
blonde and now you're not going as blonde anymore.
Well, this is why I'm going back to just straight blonde after this round.
And
because it does hide it so much better.
I know.
So,
and this is where I love curling my hair, but then I was like, all that heat. And I have tried the overnight sock hair trend, and I will have to like show you one day. It is horrific on my hair. So anyway, I'm now like, I should never put heat on it because maybe it's all falling out. I don't know. I'm actually like having a little bit of like, I look at my hair now and I just feel like it's thin and I'm not okay with it.
oh my gosh. And I haven't even ever attempted the sock hair thing because it's so far from something I'd be able to do, just like functionally. The process
You
of like
would never, and you would never be able to sleep with that in your hair. Let's be honest. I mean, not a chance. Could you imagine?
the level of fuss that I already have about trying to go to sleep, I can't
And then
even.
imagine 2 massive sock balls on each side of your
No.
head. Like you
No.
might as well be up all night.
I just,
Oh my
yeah, sleep would be canceled that night. So we're just not going to do it. My
okay,
gosh,
so
that's
speaking
so
of sleep,
funny.
this also maybe has to do with why my hair looks so thin is I have had a week from HE double hockey sticks. Okay.
Do you
I
think
know
if you actually said hell, we'd have to rate this as explicit moving forward on Spotify?
let's give it a try.
Let's just see. Let's just see what happens.
Okay, so also we haven't even recapped the marathon, but like best day of my life, you surprising me, bald like a baby. My 3-year-old now just asks me all the time, why do you cry when you run? Because when she saw me, I'm sobbing. I mean, it's been 2 weeks now, and I hate that it's been that long since we recorded because I do feel like listeners, like, it was the best
2
day.
weeks to the day because we're recording on Sunday today. And it is, oh my gosh, it was magical. And I wasn't even running it.
I just feel so one of the luckiest moments because it went the way I wanted it to go race-wise. It was a beautiful day. You surprised me. I had so many from 13 to 26 miles, every 3 miles, I saw somebody that could, like, cheer me on. It 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 was, like, the high of it all week was so unbelievable and just people celebrating you, so it was the
Well,
best
okay,
day.
but let's not move on to this current week yet because I will say a couple of things. One, following Sam or anyone in a marathon in New York, just for those who might choose to do this in the future, not for the faint of heart, it was a scene. A scene. And so I was with Sam's husband and Sam's sister, and all we wanted to do was see Sam 3 separate times. Once at mile 12, 13, which is where I surprised her. Once around, I think we were going to try for like 17 or 18. And then once at 25. And when I tell you, we were standing closer than I've ever been to another human being in my life outside of having my children in my stomach. I'm not exaggerating. Like I was breathing on someone else's mouth on those subways trying to get to you. And we didn't do it. We didn't achieve it. We did not get to
No,
her 3
no.
times. We got twice, and literally twice by the actual skin of our teeth with me running down the street, running.
And
And
you guys
then
had to get city bikes, and you guys
elbowing people, just straight up elbowing people trying to say, my best friend's coming. I need to get through here. I mean, I made 0 friends in that moment,
Oh,
but we did see you again, which was
it was
amazing. But
it was the best. You
it
guys
was the best, and I totally ruined the surprise. I
Oh,
do feel like I have to tell this
yeah,
because
yeah.
I had contemplated, like, telling Sam while we were recording on the podcast the last time because I had already bought tickets and knew I was coming and everything. But I didn't do that. I was like, okay, I'll just truly surprise her. But Sam and I follow each other on Find My Friends. And I was like, if she even has an inclination, like, she's going to look because that's what I would do. That is
Right,
like,
and I never look.
and
I
you
think
never would, but I would like 100%. If I thought someone was surprising me, like,
you
I
would.
would.
You're a Find My Friends master.
Oh, it's a
You're
problem for
so good
Kev
at it.
because he
You're
always
so
likes
good at
to
it.
lately he's been doing like good Christmas surprises. But I know if I'm like, well, he's gone off the grid.
Yeah,
Like I know
yep.
exactly where you're going and I know I'm gonna have a surprise. I'm whatever. It's terrible. So I just assumed Sam would be as psychotic as I am, and I'm grateful that I mean, whatever. Well, my flight to get to Sam was at 5 a.m., like taking off at 5 a.m. So I woke up at 3 and immediately my first thing I did when I woke up at 3 was turned off my location. But I had Googled it first and I was like, okay, if you turn off your location on Find My Friends, will the person be alerted? And it said no. The problem or the caveat for anyone that wants to dodge your Find My Friends people in the
And
future,
also, we should be able to fix this.
we should. You have to turn it off like your whole location. So like no one can see you. Because if you do that, then you just go dark on Find My Friends. But I didn't really want that because I'm like,
Right.
leaving at 5 in the morning. What if I get stuck on
Yeah.
the highway and Kev needs to know where I am? Blah, blah, blah. So then I'm like, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right because I feel like I've before seen someone turn it off and then it's like notified in your text. So at 4:30 when I've gotten to the airport, I'm like, I gotta turn it back on because if I turn it back on, and so I turn it back on and then I'm at this point like, how many texts can I inundate Sam with so maybe she won't see that that's happened? So
So
I'm
then
sending you like links to
music.
songs. I'm sending music. I'm sending all these random things and then being like, hey, I just really couldn't sleep well last night. I was just too excited for you.
Yeah.
So that's why I turned off Find My Friends. I mean,
Oh
it
my god.
became really dumb really quickly.
It was really funny, but I will say the only thing that could have not gotten this way is I would never be shocked to get a 5 AM text from you. Like, that's
I
normal.
know.
That's, like, very normal for me to receive, like, 4 texts by 5:15.
Yep.
So, but it was like, if you would have just sent me a link of
I
a
know.
song at 5:15, I would have been like, "Of course she's awake at 5:15." But the Find My Friends was like but it was one of those things where, like, I was so excited for the day, that it was just like, if she comes, I can't believe it. Like, I'm already gonna be on this emotional mess that this is just gonna be, like, the cherry on top. It wasn't
My
even like
gosh.
I don't know. It really was the
It
best.
was the best day. It was
It was
so amazing to see you. It was so,
it
like,
was the best.
beautiful. It was, like, a perfect New York day. Like,
62 and sunny,
oh, it was so
blue
amazing.
skies, the crowds were
The crowds were
unbelievable.
so fun.
It was
Someone, from work texted me the next day because they knew I had gone, and they were like, "Okay, what was the best poster that you saw?" And I was kicking myself because I wish I had taken more pictures. People were
yeah.
so clever.
Oh. Oh my god, I was, like, giggle laughing, like, the whole way. I really liked a lot of them that you see, but one of the newer ones was chat can't this is one thing chat can't do, and I was like, "Yeah." Like,
That's cute.
like, AI can't run this. I mean, eventually, we'll probably have robots running with us, but right now, chat cannot go run 26 miles in New York City. Yeah,
Oh
so I
my
gotta do it one
gosh.
more time. I'm not one and done, but I'm not, like, a marathon runner forever, but, like, I gotta go do it. It was the best week. So I'm, like, riding on this
You're
high.
right, you had the best week. You, like, really, I feel like, did a good job of making sure you, like,
I
got what you
rested
needed
well.
after you
Yep.
rested, you had, like,
I
a day with your friend, like, all of that, and
It was
then
perfect. And then I actually was able ironically, I had planned to come see my sister and her new baby, which lives 30 minutes from Lucy. So I also was able to go to Indy on Friday after and go spend 2 hours with you and your family, which was so fun. So I, like,
so
really,
fun.
like I was so sore I couldn't work out, and I, like, did all this research. So I finally went on, like, my first workout, which I did, like, a slow 30 minutes in Indy on Saturday. Saw Jackie, saw her baby, saw you. It was, like, very fast 48 hours. I have to get home on Sunday because Kyle is going to India for work for a whole week, which I think I've talked about on here before, but he usually goes like 4 times a year, and when he goes for, like, a long time. And Monday and Tuesday, the girls didn't have school. Well, Monday, Ruby didn't have school, the 2 didn't, and Tuesday, none of them did, but if I'm home with 1 kid, it's basically like a
Okay, and why this time? What was the
Monday was, teacher work day.
okay. Yep,
Yep.
yep.
So I was, like, so discouraged. Kyle's in India, and I'm, like, so excited to get working out again because I really missed running. And so I, like, planned this babysitter to come to our house on Monday and Tuesday morning, literally for 1 hour, so I can, like, go work out for an hour. All is good on Monday. Tuesday morning, we wake up, and Isla's like, "Mom, Ruby!" And I go in at 6 a.m., and Ruby is covered in throw up. And so we enter in a 6-hour stomach bug journey. Which
My
is so
gosh.
ironic because she didn't have school on Monday, so I'm, like, still concerned who she got it from. Because like, usually it's very quick, like, an email goes out, a kid gets it in class, and then it's just like, it goes.
I'd say 3-year-olds, though, who the heck knows? Like,
That's
Piper
true because
was licking the floor yesterday, so
that's true. Ruby
it's
licks
hard to
the subway
tell.
rails. Yeah, okay. So every mom out there knows, every dad too, but every mom knows, like, I don't wish the stomach bug on my worst enemy. It is so horrific. And so I'm like, okay, so Ruby's, throwing up. My whole day is now different than I thought. But then I'm like, okay, figure that, like, make the best of this. I text the babysitter and I'm like, so my other two don't have it. Is there any way that you'd be willing to just, like, get them out of the house for 3 hours? And so she actually did that. So I was like, okay, I'm winning this. Like, I'm just going to sit. Cause she was out. She was like classic kid on the couch, bucket next to her, wants an applesauce to come
Ugh,
back up. Like, it's gross. We don't need to talk about it. But it's
no.
like, okay. However, almost a year ago to the day, except in December, Kyle's first trip in India, the entire house got the stomach bug every 12 hours. Okay.
It is wild how people just fall like dominoes.
It is it is so
It's
wild.
horrific. It's
And
so gross.
it's so horrific. And so every mom knows what my 6 hours morning looks like, right? I'm just like, yeah, everybody knows what this adventure is. It's not good. And so I'm just like, I'm obviously going to get this. Like, I'm trying to wish the world that I'm not getting it, but I'm so close to Ruby at
Yeah,
this point.
you're in it. Yeah.
So she classically bounces back Tuesday night and she's like ready to go, but I don't send her to school on Wednesday because I truly, like, do not wish this on anybody. Like, strep, you can get antibiotics for, but I was like, you know what, Sam? Like, who cares? You've already been home with these kids all week. Like, what's one more day with Ruby? So we're like on the up on Wednesday, and I'm just like bracing my who's getting it next. And I just so happened to tell a newer, but really like she's gotten pretty good friend of mine at Finley's drop off that day. She was like, "Wait, Ruby's not in school today?" And I was like, "Oh, we got the stomach bug." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, my husband and I got that last weekend. Somehow the kids didn't get it." But because her husband travels a lot, she's like, "I was so nauseous the next day that I actually had my doctor give me an anti-nausea vomiting medicine just in the
Like a
future."
Zofran or something.
Yes, because she
Yeah.
was like, I was so it happened to her on Friday night, but even on Sunday, she was like miserable, like,
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh.
So she
Yeah.
was like, I just did it out of like precaution. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. Okay, this is Wednesday.
No.
Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, I go down. I go down hard. I am like in the bathroom for over an hour and a half from 9 to 10:30 on Wednesday night.
Gosh.
And last year when this happened, I'm actually like sobbing because I hadn't really made good enough friends to feel like I could offload my kids to. But I had just talked to this friend. She lives literally almost, I could throw a rock at her building. That's how close she lives to me. So I'm panic texting her at 10:30. I'm like, is there
Is
any
she the
way?
one that I met that's like above the bakery?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
So I was like, is there any way tomorrow morning you could come get these two of my girls and walk them to school? And she's like, oh my gosh, of course. And then the angel that she is, she was like, I'm just going to run you over a Zofran right now. At 10:30 at night, she brings me over an anti-nausea medicine. So after I'm like 2 hours of what everybody knows,
Right.
I'm like deep into my mind of like, I'm now going to be up all night dry heaving.
Mhm.
I take this pill, thank God, and I like make it through the night barely. But the next morning, I am Isla opens the door, or Ruby opens the door, and she's like, "Mom, is it get up time?" It's 6:10, and I'm crying, just like, "Isla, come here." Like, Mom's not gonna make it. I have the door open. This is when I'm so grateful I live in a small apartment. If I'm laying on my bed, I can kinda see my kitchen. Isla's literally making all the girls breakfast, packing their lunches. By
Oh my
7:15
gosh.
by
I love
7:15
that.
oh, it was about by 7:15, she literally sits down and, like, breathes a big sigh. I'm like, "What, Mom? What, Isla?" She's like, "This is really hard." Like, she was, like, so exhausted. But at 7:15, now Thursday, Ruby needs to go to school, and thank God Isla and Finley haven't gotten it, but as everybody knows what it feels like the 12 hours after this, my body is like it just got hit by a bus. I am dead to the world. I can barely move. I get myself to at least get the girls ready, and Kyle FaceTimes us.
No.
Okay.
Not
Kyle
now, Kyle. Not
Kyle
now.
Kyle
Oh my
had, like, a
gosh.
huge meeting. He went to India, but then he had to fly to Abu Dhabi for this really big meeting, and it was really important. He is FaceTiming us poolside.
No.
Uh-huh.
With a cocktail.
At a fancy hotel,
Yep.
just checking in to see how we're doing. And I am literally
No.
dead. I'm dead to the world. And I mean, I can't even get mad at him at this point, but I am just like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Uh-huh.
Okay. However, I get the girls to school. This angel who gave me the Zofran also decided to go pick up Ruby for me. I Uber Ruby. Okay. I literally can't even walk. I have to Uber Ruby to school. I Uber home because I cannot walk.
You are with Ruby though. You haven't stuck Ruby in an Uber by yourself.
Right. Yeah.
I just feel like I should clarify that. I'm just imagining it's like an Uber pickup where you're like, here's my 3-year-old. If you could just drop her at school because I'm really sick, that would be great.
Oh my God. It's so funny too because I was talking to a friend and she's like, it's so funny that you like Ubered because you couldn't walk. I'm like, I don't have a car.
Right.
So
Right.
I Ubered, I carried Ruby in the Uber. I went with Ruby. I Ubered her. Ubered home. This friend also went and picked up Ruby at 12:15 for me.
Oh my
So I could
gosh.
just be dead to
Oh
the world. Yeah. She literally nursed me back to life. Like, I can't even explain to you.
my gosh.
But the
Amazing.
comedy of the week is just funny. So the first comedy is the sheer fact that I'm getting this and Kyle's in India.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has no idea because I went down at like 9 o'clock at night. I didn't text him. I didn't need to tell
No.
him I'm going down. So when he
No.
FaceTimes me, he's like, oh my gosh, the meeting went so well. And he immediately read the room and was like, oh no, it happened. Okay, then my other friend decides because the moral of the story also is like the friendships this week were so wonderful because I know I
Yeah.
talked a lot about like I really feel like I was really taken care of this week, which felt good. She decides to send me some bone broth to like very nice of her. She's like, I'm door dashing you 2 of my favorite bone broths. So by
No.
1 o'clock, I finally get myself to go to my door. It got delivered at like 10 a.m. And I opened the bag and they delivered me some like gross rice dish. They like got the orders mixed up. So I'm
No.
like, yeah. So I text her. I'm like, you need to get a refund. They did not give me the right order, which happens all the time here. It's so annoying. So at that point, I've had like a popsicle. I finally mustered the energy at 2:30 to go get everybody. We come home and I'm like, I'm not eating anything, but I'm a little bit better. But anyway, it doesn't matter. By Friday morning, I'm like, okay, Isla and Finley didn't get it. I think I'm okay. I can't eat, but like I have the energy to walk people to school.
Right.
I finally am like, okay, I'm coming back. Kyle's coming home on Friday night. We're so
We're
grateful.
close. We're
We're close.
close.
Okay. And then
No.
just to really hit the nail on the head or whatever that phrase.
No.
People don't know this probably about Ruby because it hasn't happened in over a year, but Ruby is
My gosh. And I don't even know this because you haven't told me this yet, but I know what's coming.
yeah, okay. So at 9 months, Ruby decided to be a breath holder and pass out, which is a thing if nobody's heard of it. And if you've heard of it, I'm so sorry you've had to go through this with me and your kid. It's the scariest thing ever, but basically these kids get hurt or so angry that they don't take that breath that all the other kids take at their like highest height of anger or crying and they pass out. So her first pass out was 9 months, which Lucy knows this journey. And honestly, probably from like 18 months to 2 it was bad. It was happening like once a week. Like it was not good cuz that was in her like climbing stage and if she
Yep.
fell and hit her head pretty hard, it was never anger like some kids it's angry. But we have had such a good run. Like I don't
Right.
think I don't know the last time
It
she did
hasn't been,
it.
I mean, a really long time. And I think it's interesting because you had to like brief the au pair on it. You had to like
I have
talk
to
about
email
what
school,
you
I have to let
do.
the
Yeah.
teachers know, I have to get,
And I
like,
had never heard
doctor's
of it ahead
note
of Ruby
yeah,
doing it.
I have to get, like, doctor's notes because there's things you should and shouldn't do, and thank
Gosh.
God, one of my dear friends who's listening, I know, her son had done it in Charlotte, and she had told me before Ruby, which was weird, so then when Ruby did it, I had this moment of like, "Oh, wait, I know this is a thing."
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
I try to tell everybody because people will say to me, "I had no idea this is a thing." I'm like, "It's horrific." They literally pass out, they go it's horrible, it's horrible, it's horrible. Okay, so Friday night, Kyle's, like, landing almost in JFK. We're almost there. Ruby and Isla are playing on her bed, and I hear a loud thump, and poor Isla and Finley, they, like, know now. It's really sad. They'll be like, "Mom, Ruby." And right now, if we tell her to breathe early enough, she breathes, and I don't know if I just didn't get to her in time. She hit her chin super hard. She's, like, gushing blood on her chin. I pick
My
her up
gosh.
as you're supposed to do so they don't, like, fall. She freaking passes out. It's so scary. But now that she's potty trained, she usually only passes out with a diaper on. They pee themselves because they just lose all control. So I'm, like,
No.
holding her, and
No.
she's just peeing all over me. And
And
her
it's passed out at this moment.
passed out, and
You
I'm
have
not
blood coming from the
what?
chin. She's peeing on you and she's
Everywhere.
passed out.
And I'm
You've had
screaming,
one cracker over the last 48 hours.
barely a popsicle. And I'm like, "Isla, get a towel." She sees Isla's like, "Gross, mom, she's peeing." I'm like, "She's passed out, get a towel." Isla goes and gets me one paper towel, and I'm like, I can't move because the pee is just coming everywhere. I don't wanna drag her pee, and it's also terrifying, like, I'm laughing now,
Yeah.
but it's been so long, and the bigger they get, the harder it is too, because their body goes limp and hard, and it's horrible.
My gosh.
And I'm like, "Isla, a bath towel!" I'm, like, screaming at her, and she's peeing, and her blood is dripping all over this, like, new sweatshirt that I bought. I'm just like, "Why? Why? Why?" So anyway, she
The
comes
and
back.
she came to and
She
everything
comes
was
to,
fine.
and it's really scary, and it's so hard because every pediatrician, there's, like, a level of normalcy that it's
Yeah.
actually normal, and they should grow out by 5 or 6. It's not normal if it gets to a certain level of, like, frequency and other things that I don't even wanna wish into existence. So, like, right now, Ruby is normal. It just has not happened in forever. It's horrible. It's so scary, but luckily, like, she comes to, and she's pretty cranky and lethargic and, like, lightheaded a little bit, and then, like,
Yeah.
after an hour, she's really back to normal, but, like, she won't let me put her down, so I'm just sitting on the ground, pee all over me, pee all over her, blood all over my sweatshirt for maybe,
Oh.
like, 30 minutes. It's, like, 6:30 at night. Kyle's
Okay, the
barely
irony of this is that I texted you a wellness check. I sent you a
yeah,
text
what
that
day was that?
Friday night. And you said, I was like, I'm checking in for a wellness check on you,
You
and is
did.
Kyle home? And I'm
And what
so curious if that was before or after that happened.
I think my response was he's in an Uber, right?
Yeah. So it must have been.
That's funny. It might have been before because it was like, yeah, it was
Oh
a really
my
rough week. And now, so that was Friday.
gosh.
He got home, thank God. And I will get in trouble if I do not say this because Kyle read the room, which he doesn't always do, but he read the room correctly. And yesterday, him and the girls went out and picked me out this really pretty necklace and was like, "You've had a rough week." And I was like, "That." So I have to end it with that because
So
I don't
nice.
get things when he normally travels to India or whatever. But this really was one of those weeks where I was like, I know moms are superheroes, but like what we do, it's wild. Like I thought having babies was really like, that's really cool that we can do that. And then I survived this week and I was like, okay, maybe, maybe this is also, it was really hard.
Thing that I think is interesting is I don't want to disclose too much about our next podcast because we've
Yeah.
already recorded with a host or a guest that was amazing, but it just reiterated again, like these are actually not the times that these moms with older kids are talking about as like the hard times, which is concerning to me. Like a lot of the mentions are around like, yeah, like the time they need you the most and the time that it's the hardest is high school. And
Which
I'm
just
like,
seems so
that
likely to correct.
feels interesting to me because I feel like there are times at this point in our lives where we are at the most unhinged because things feel so out of control.
So out of control. Like that is the best word, out of control. Like you just can't, you can't. So anyway, I just had to offload it because it was wild. It was wild. I don't, I, I'm like now going to be nervous every time he goes to India. Like, why am I getting this stomach bug? I will say the moral.
I think it's interesting because if you take it back to the whole like original context of this podcast is like, this is like your day to day. Like this is
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
like
It's
you
really
are a
wild.
stay-at-home mom and you are with these kids all the time and your reprieve is them being at
School.
school
School. Yeah.
and
And then I like,
or Kyle being home, and you didn't have any help this week outside of your wonderful friends, and I think that speaks to this like
oh, yeah.
village principle that a lot of people have talked about on the podcast, where it's like the village looks different now than it probably ever has, and I think specifically for you, the village looks very different because you don't have any family
Right.
near you
Right.
to help out.
Right.
So you got no reprieve from being able to have Kyle help out at all. And then you had no reprieve from the fact that like you were always on essentially from
I don't know
Sunday
what
when Kyle
24 hours,
left.
yeah, times 7 is. I don't even know what that is.
Sunday when Kyle left till Thursday morning,
Mhm.
but then you were deathly ill.
Deathly ill. And there was a moment on Tuesday, my sweet Isla is so excited that her homework got established online. Like once a month, we do online weekly homework. So there was this moment when like Ruby's on the couch and every time she took a sip of water, 20 seconds later, she'd throw up. Isla cannot figure out how to log on to her online thing.
No.
She wants on my computer. And Finley's probably just like screaming at me because that's what 4-year-olds do. I was just like, what? What is happening? What is happening? Like, I'm like, catching the bowl, you all have everybody has the bucket with Ruby. And then Isla's like, Mom, how do I log into this? And I'm like, no, how do I make it? So yeah, it was a rough week. I will say it
Oh
was
my gosh.
very.
I do have to ask you, I'm so curious now talking about Ruby's passing out thing and then being reminded about your passing out thing when we were at the marathon. Do you think there's any connectivity between the two?
That's a really good doctor question. Because mine.
Can I share that story about what happened after the marathon?
Yes.
Because it was still highly traumatic for me and it did not happen to me. So I don't know why it's so
Yeah, you
sometimes
were
just things happen and you can't like stop replaying them in your head and in slow motion. And that's like one of those situations.
it was
So,
rough, and the only reason why I'm not doing that is because of my issue, but if I didn't have
right.
that issue, I would be with you, but I have to protect myself because of
I
my
know.
passing out
That's why
issue.
if Sam passes out while I'm telling this story, I'm sorry, everyone, because we'll bring her back. I'll call Kyle and have him get in there and bring you back. But no, Sam runs the marathon. It's a whole thing even getting to people after they've run the marathon because you have to like walk a
Mile.
mile or
It's
something
like the
insane.
27th mile. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
horrible.
to get to you. And at that point, we're like way the heck up in Central Park. So we get on bikes, which was the most fun thing of all time. And as an aside, I've never ridden an e-bike before and I did not understand.
It's like a
I mean,
motorcycle.
you are a rocket ship.
It's so
The
good.
minute you get on there, and of course, the first time I'm going to do it is in New York City amongst cabs and all
Oh my
these
god.
police cars and all this stuff. So that was funny to say the least, but very fun. So anyways, we finally get to Sam. We meet up with her friends. We have a drink. And then it's like, okay, now it's actually time for Jackie and I to go get on a flight and get to your kids because your nanny canceled on you last minute, which is just a whole other thing.
I forgot about that
15 minutes before this nanny was supposed to arrive, she
at
canceled.
at mile 25. I'm running at mile 25 and I get a text message, "Hey Sam, I'm not gonna make it today." And it was
Cool.
2:45 and she was supposed to be there at 3 and she doesn't have Kyle's number because she's a new babysitter. So I'm at mile 25 running, texting Kyle, "Hey, so and so can't make it. Can you text the babysitter that's currently at her house
Oh my
because
gosh.
you're in Central Park. You're not making it to Brooklyn in 15 minutes at mile 25."
I
Forgot
was
about that.
incensed. Forgot
about
I did not forget because I was like, how is it possible that this is what Sam's having to deal with on her last
at
mile
mile
of this
25.
marathon? So, but it all kind of like just it makes a lot of sense and jives with everything we talk about. Anyways, we do all this and we go to get on a train to get back to Brooklyn. And it's the same thing as I mentioned previously.
It's
There are
horrible.
350,000 people trying to get on one tiny little train.
It's really
So
horrible.
we get on, we're jam-packed in, we go 2 stops, we have one more stop to go. And when we stop at this one stop, it opens up and I think it was a mom of like 5 kids who seemingly like 2 to 3 of the kids ran the marathon. And because everyone's in these like orange vests or whatever.
Right.
She starts yelling and she's like, "We've waited 4 train cars, like let us on." And I'm like, "Lady, I do not know where you want us to go, but I'll get small again. I'll do my
I think
best."
you got small and they pushed so hard, I'm not exaggerating. I think I elevated up. Like, I think
Yeah,
I'm for sure. I think my body, I don't know if my toes were even on the ground. My body was just like getting elevated up.
elevated. I mean, you were as
Like,
tall as I was for that one
yeah,
train stop.
right,
So,
right. So
um,
bad.
so we're on. They are 3 heads away from me, which is not that far.
Right.
And they're talking, and all of a sudden I look at this guy and I see his eyes roll in the back of his head. And I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." But then he like comes to and like
And he was
starts
a
kind of
marathon runner. He was a
he was a
marathon runner.
marathon runner.
Yeah.
And
Very
it's
important.
95 degrees on this train car with 3 million people. The number keeps getting there's
I
more and
love
more
the
people.
number. I
The
love the
number
number.
keeps getting bigger
Yeah.
every time. So I look over at him again and he's like what I think in that moment, leaning over to give this person a
Right.
kiss that's next to him.
No.
And I was kind of like,
No.
ew, like, dude, whatever. That's kind of yuck. We're on this like big train, everyone's sweaty. But then I realized he's not leaning over to give this woman a kiss. He's literally passing out. So we pull into this stop and now 30 million people, there's 30 million now on the train. All 30 million of the people have to get off this train. And it's like, I think it was it sent, I don't know where we were at that point, but it was a very big
I think it
stop.
was like Times Square. It was like
I
a
think
big
it was Times
stop.
Square. So like
Yeah.
everyone's getting off. So the hordes of people start getting off as I'm watching this man who
Just
is
fall to
no
the ground.
longer with us. I
No.
mean, he is like passed out, starting to fall out of the train car. And his family doesn't even, because everyone's looking every which way to try to not breathe on the person next to you, doesn't realize what's happening. So I start screaming. This man is falling out of the train, but I can't stop the momentum of the 35 million people that are pushing up. So we're pushing up. I'm like, this person's dying because I don't think I've really ever seen anyone pass out before. I mean, literally, like, I'm assuming this man is dead. So I'm yelling at the CTA or the train people I'm like, we need a medic, we need someone. And Sam is like, I gotta go. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. But Sam, this all ties back to the passing out. If she sees someone passing out,
I pass out.
she then passes out.
Yeah. And I had just also ran the marathon. So I wasn't
And you had just run the
most...
marathon. It was all the same conditions for you. Yeah. And so all to say, it was this very traumatic moment.
And
I did look it up the next day on as many news outlets as I could to see if anyone had died and I didn't see anything. I feel like I would have seen something.
And my sister was with us, and my sister is the same way as me. So I think at one point my sister had to like jump over people to get out and also saw this, but our defense mechanism is like we know ourselves so well that we have to flee because we will pass out. I have passed out, too many times to count, 25 times in my life due to that type of stuff. So I don't know. I think Ruby's that was horrific, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. So like you are traumatized by that because you saw it happening, and I had to like run from it because I was like, I will pass out because I'm also
it like makes me nauseous even like retelling it.
Exactly. Like, and that's how I get. And then what happens to my body is that it's a snowball that I can't stop it. Anyway, Ruby though is purely breath holding, where mine is not. Mine is like I'm at a doctor and they can't get my eye.
But can you tell a story about when Kyle had his eye surgery done? And just so everyone knows, this is the podcast that has absolutely no point to
purpose.
It. We're just catching everyone up, and then I have a game for Sam, and then we're done. At some point, we'll talk about like,
motherhood
or mental health or something like that. But hopefully, this is a fun intersection because right now we're doing, just so everyone knows, a little Sam and I, then we're doing a guest. Sam and I guest. So hopefully
we have some good.
Hopefully that's a good cadence for everyone, and reach out if it's not. But
okay, one more story time, and then I'm excited for a game because normally I have the game.
I know. I got really crazy this week.
So I have been passing out since I was probably 7. Like truly, my mom.
Yeah.
And so Kyle goes and gets LASIK. Okay, LASIK is the most non-invasive, not like I pass out. Like if you're watching a football game and somebody's leg gets broken and they keep replaying it, I'll go pass out. Like it's when it's like really aggressive. Okay,
be right back. Gonna go pass out and then I'll be back.
Yeah. I have to quit. Whatever. Okay, my sister, my dad, and I are all the same. Okay, so Kyle goes and gets LASIK. We're in Pittsburgh, and I get a babysitter to watch Isla and. Oh, no, Finley's with us because I'm breastfeeding Finley. Finley is maybe a month old, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
I get Donna. I think we've talked about Donna.
Oh,
the angel of Donna comes and watches Isla. This experience is maybe 30 minutes in and out for Kyle. Correct me if I'm wrong, LASIK people. Okay, so we go in. But it's actually quite gross because you go into the office and everyone is happy. And then all of a sudden down the hallway, you just see all these like zombies because their eyes are covered and they're in so much pain. And they like walk in with a pep and they come out and they're just zombie looking. Like they're not well. Okay. So I'm like experiencing every 30 minutes these people coming. Well, Kyle gets in the car and he is not doing well. He's just like, oh, it hurts. And then he's like, when they like ripped my eye back, and he's describing
it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's describing it in detail, and I'm trying to be so strong. I'm driving on the highway, and all of a sudden, I go, Kyle, you got to stop talking about I'm not feeling well. You've got to stop talking about I'm not feeling well. I'm like sweating. I roll down the windows. I think I'm eating like peanuts from his whatever. And all of a sudden, he goes, what are you doing? I have now veered off the highway onto the shoulder.
Oh,
Finley's in the car, veered off the highway onto the shoulder. And I know what to do. I have to either get my head underneath my legs or eat a bunch of sugar. I roll down my windows. I lay my seat back and I put my feet on top of the steering wheel. And I'm like, just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
This is a literal interpretation of Jesus Take the Wheel. I mean, Carrie Underwood is sitting in your car singing this song to you while you're passing out on the highway.
All he was doing was describing it. Like LASIK, all they have is sunglasses on. They have no blood. He was just describing the event.
Gosh.
So he's like, I can't drive. I just got LASIK. Finley's in the back of the car. And I'm
Finley,
like,
you're up. 1 month old. You're driving us home.
I'm like, it's okay. Give me about 20 minutes. Let me get some nuts in my system. So I get home and Donna's like, oh my God, how's it going? And I go, Donna, can you help Kyle? I got to go lay down. Donna like helps Kyle get in the house. I have to get myself upstairs in bed because I can't. I'm going to pass out. It's so annoying. Like, we call it the Magnuson party trick because it's like my sister and my dad and I have countless of these stories. It's so embarrassing, but it's actually so real that as a teacher, I would tell my kids at the beginning of the year, like, hey, just so you know, like, this is a thing that Miss or Miss Rome or whatever my name was. So anyway,
gosh.
yeah, it's not good. It's literally. Anyway.
And it's one of those things, like almost everything with life. In the moment, absolutely no one's laughing. Like, this is not funny when it's happening. But in hindsight, it makes for a great story.
And then, like, my mom and dad will call, like, after things, and I'm like, Dad, it happened. And he's like, no. I'm like, yeah, Dad. It's so bad. It's so embarrassing. So anyway.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's not good.
Okay. Well, Kyle has really been like a pretty big topic on this podcast today. And he got to be part of our game. Just as an aside, I got to text him in the middle of the week and say, I'm hoping at some point on one of your 35-hour trip or plane rides to Abu Dhabi or India, you can answer these questions for me. So I have been loving your this or that questions for our guests. And I think we're like, 14 episodes in or something like that. And people are still getting to know us, which I think is really fun. So I created questions for you, this or that. But then as an added bonus, we did like newlyweds game style. And I asked Kyle to answer the questions for you too, to see if he would get them right.
This is so good. Okay. And I know nothing about this. You're really
surprised. I know. I'm telling you, it was like it was a 5 a.m. idea that I was like, can we play this game? Are you okay with it? And Sam's like, sure.
All right. Yeah. Oh, I'm always down. Okay.
And I actually, in hindsight, like, don't think they're that hard. And I feel like Kyle might get 10 out of 10, but we'll see. I don't know. Impressed. I don't even know that there's 10 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 8. Okay. So I'll score him as we go. And then I'll let you know at the end.
So you're going to give me a this or that, and I'm going to give my real answer. And then you're going to match to see if Kyle was answering for me.
Yeah. To see if he gets it right. All right. Ready? Running in the cold or in the heat?
Heat.
Okay. Stomach flu. Thought this was kind of fun. Or undiagnosed kids' fever that lasts for days. I know. I kind of made it hard.
That was okay. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to pick stomach flu because if it's undiagnosed fever, I will spiral out of control.
Okay. Great.
I'm going to get the stomach bugged again, just so we know. Just to be clear, I'm going to get it next week. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Having a nanny cancel last minute or I thought all of this was relevant, so I'm glad we've covered all of it.
This is just my last week.
I know. Having a nanny cancel last minute or having a friend cancel plans last minute?
Oh, nanny.
You'd prefer the nanny to cancel last minute? Is what you're saying? Or you'd prefer
No, friend, because if a friend canceled, I could still go do something. Sorry. I never want my help to cancel ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Staycation in the city away from the kids or dinner at a fun new restaurant with Kyle?
Is the staycation without Kyle?
I didn't specify.
Okay. I'm going to say staycation is with Kyle.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So you're picking staycation?
Yeah. Because I'm over going out to dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Kids staying at home from school sick all day or school calling you midday to come pick them up immediately?
I usually don't answer the school's phone calls.
Okay. Well, that's a topic for another. Meanwhile, if I'm on any important call and the school's calling, I literally will throw my computer out the window to pick it up and be like, what's wrong with my child? because I
I
just
just
assumed
say
the
that
worst.
I think I say so many ridiculous things on this podcast. I always let it go to voicemail because it's like Isla's gone to the nurse before because her eye itched, and I, like, don't need to be bothered with that conversation. So I just mean that I always let it go to voicemail. I actually would say staying home because there's nothing like riding that high of, like, I have a full day to myself and then getting the air knocked out of you and you have to go pick up a kid, like, an hour into school. So I'm gonna say a full day.
'Kay. New pair of jeans or new handbag?
Oh, handbag. Handbag.
'Kay. This one is mean. You can only pick one forever, and the other one goes away.
Forever. Okay.
Manicures or Barry's boot camp?
Okay. Okay, let me process. I think I would say I would pick Barry's boot camp to go away forever.
To go away, you'd pick manicures?
I would pick manicures to stay because I can try to recreate Barry's, but, like, I cannot do this. And when I'm vomiting and hugging the toilet for 4 hours, my nails at least look good. So,
Oh, gosh. See? I love
yeah,
this game. This is
I
a
know.
very fun game.
We have to
It's even more fun because I know all the things that you love and hate, so it's, like, really nice to, like,
You
really
got
force
me.
you to
Yeah,
choose.
you got
Uh-huh.
me. I know. We
Alright,
need to
last
do
one.
games more often. Okay, what?
Never do laundry again or never do dishes again?
Laundry. I hate laundry. I hate it. Why does it happen? Do you know how many loads of laundry you do for 3 kids?
It's a lot.
That's actually my next question. We have a guest coming up with 3 kids. I wanna ask more people, what is your laundry hack? Because I
I like that.
cannot even if you only have 1 kid, actually, but
Yeah.
I can't keep it up. Like, I don't know, like, between the sheets, the towels, 3
Ugh.
kids' clothes, because we work out every day, like, I would love some really good laundry hacks of, like, what's your system? How do you do it that you're not feeling like you're doing it every minute of the
Yeah.
day? Anyway, that's, like, a whole rant
I
of
love
mine.
that. That's great. Alright, well, Kyle got, 5 out of 8. So, incorrect. He said you would pick fever. So I think that's actually a surprise based off of this week too. So I get it.
Uh-huh.
He said you'd prefer them coming to pick you up midday or you having to go pick up midday.
Yeah.
And then he thought you'd pick berries over manicures.
I know, I do love berries so, so much. You know what's funny is I got to go to Berries recently, and I, like, stopped the instructor because she's so good, and I was like, "I just wanna tell you how good you are," and it was so sweet. It, like,
Oh,
really made her
that
day.
probably really made her
I
day.
was just like, "Every time I come to you, you are so good. Your music is amazing, but you're hard, and I just want you to know that," like, because they work really hard at, like, programming that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "It's really amazing," and she just was so sweet. She's like, "That made my day," and I was like, "Yeah, I
You
like."
know what? I had a similar situation this week where I like complimented someone that I like really did not know that well about how amazing their work was, and it went so far
I
that
know.
I just had the takeaway. I'm like, why do we not do that more
Why
often?
Thank you. Why do we not just stop people on the street and be like, "I love your hat," or
Yeah,
"You're" I don't know, that's because I always am there at 6 a.m. and I have to rush out the door, and I told her that. I'm like,
yeah,
"I'm always rushing out the door for my kids," but I went at noon recently, and I was like, "I have the time. You're
yeah.
amazing." Like, and she just yeah, she was like, "Wow."
I
It's like
know,
it's sad how surprised we are when people, like,
I know.
compliment us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry guys, this
Well,
was
that's all I
so
had.
random.
That was
That
our
was
little
so
game.
fun. We do need to play more, like, get to know you games because I feel like sometimes there's so many things. So fun.
So many
Thanks.
things.
That was so
You're
fun.
welcome. Thanks, Kyle.
Um, I'm impressed that he answered this. Okay.
It was 4 days late, but it was, he did it.
You good?
He goes, "I hope I didn't miss it." And I was like, "Well, you didn't because we had to change when we were gonna record this anyway, so you nailed it."
Bless his heart. Okay, what do you have for yourself or did you do something?
Okay, do you know what is funny that I'm gonna go back to because it really resonates with this day? When I came to watch your marathon, I landed in New York at 7 a.m. I mean, that I still had a solid, like, 6 to 7 hours before you
You
were
saw
getting
me.
there.
Yeah.
And my natural inclination would be, I'm gonna go straight there, help out as I can, do whatever. And I was a little selfish.
I know,
And I was
I
like
was so proud of you.
I was like, I am only in New York for not work and not like nothing with nothing, no obligations, never. Like I always have something where I'm hitting the
Mhm.
ground running and going
Mhm.
straight to something. So I took like 2 hours and I went into the city. I got a bagel, I got a coffee. I just walked around. There was
Oh,
no
that's
one
so
out
cute.
because it was marathon Sunday and I was not in the marathon path at that point and it was
Mhm.
8 a.m.
Mhm.
And I just took my time and
I
I
know.
still got the chance to have lunch with your sweet family, but I, like, got some time to,
I
like,
love that
listen
you
to a
did that.
podcast and be by myself, and it was really nice.
It was,
So
wasn't it? You could yeah, I saw that when you took those sweet videos, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she was, like, walking by Macy's?" Like
I know. I just, like, literally I took the train wherever it let me out, and then I was like, "I'll
yeah.
figure out a way to get to Brooklyn later."
Yeah. Ugh,
I did take the wrong
so
train to
great.
Brooklyn, and it took me longer than I thought, and I got stuck behind the marathon path and all the things, but I did do that. So, that's the thing I did for myself, and I feel like I never have a great example, so I was proud to share that today.
So, I actually was gonna have something that I did for
Well, just
myself.
do it. We don't need a
Yeah? Okay.
product this week. Yeah.
Well, only just
We're
at the
coming up
same
on products for Christmas. I feel like
that's
we
true.
could do a whole
I
slew
know.
of things.
But
Yeah,
I need some good product ideas for Christmas, let me tell
I
you.
know.
3
Well,
kids for
even for
Christmas.
kids, I'm
That's
like,
what I
I would
mean.
love.
I
Yeah.
need some good kid Christmas gifts. Okay,
Yep.
I am going to say that what I did for myself, because it's really hard for me, was accept so much help this week when I was sick. Like,
I'm glad that you said that because I think that
this
is huge.
I'm like and it's not hard for me to accept help from, like, you or my
Yeah.
sister, but
Yeah.
these friends that are now becoming, like, solid friends, they're still newer. So this mom who already has 2 kids is offering to run me over medicine at 10:30 at night, and I'm like, "No." She's like, "Nope, I'm doing it anyway." And then the next morning, she already has 2 kids, she's willing to come get my kids, and then she's standing outside and she's like, "You're not going to get Ruby. Let me walk," which is a mile, but
Yeah.
she actually used to go to Ruby school. She's like, let me get them. And I always say, "No, I'm fine." And then if they repeat themselves, that's my rule. If the friend repeats themselves like, "No, I wanna do it," I just have to be like, "Okay." Like, it's not about payback, like, this friend
Right.
is not thinking, like, it's not tit for tat, but it's so incredibly hard for me to
Even
accept that.
taking that bone broth, because I feel like I would have been like, no, I can DoorDash it myself. Thank you
That's what
so
I mean,
much.
like, this is one of my dearest friends here, and she sent me the menu, she's like, "Pick what you want," and I said, "I'm fine," and she goes, "I'm sending you something." And that was, like, 2 people within, like, 4 hours of helping me a lot. Not just, like, a little bit, but these people, like,
Going
rescued me.
above and beyond.
Yeah, and I just it's so you
I
gotta
love
have it. We
that.
talk about this village, but if you don't accept it, then you don't
That's
have a
such a good
village.
point.
Like,
Yep.
you have to accept it, and so, anyway, I felt very, very fortunate that
And very cared for, which is amazing.
yeah, and I wanna do that for other people, like, it's every
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just really it's the only way I survived the week was accepting help, and that's really hard for moms sometimes, like, to
Yeah.
just be like, "Yes, you can do this for me." That's really
I
hard.
love it. Oh,
All right.
well, thanks for
Thanks.
chatting. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Hope it's
I
awesome.
know, you too. This was a fun one.
I
Okay.
know. All right. Bye.
Bye.